Namaste, welcome to Arthaniti. Today I want to share with you an interesting conversation that I had with a group of friends few days back. Now, after the initial pleasantries were exchanged, hi, hello, how are you? The conversation stirred towards various topics that were happening around us. Well, COVID and the Russia-Ukraine war were on top of the list. COVID had affected each one of us. Like some of us had lost our near and dear ones. Some of us were trying to get back to our health after getting affected by COVID. Some of us had lost our jobs. Some of us still had our jobs, but no promotion, no raise since the last 1 year. Some who were in business were trying to keep their head above water, stand their ground, and keep their business running. Well, COVID had spared none of us. Right now, the impact of how COVID had on the psychology of people was very, very interesting. And I want to share with you how the conversation went. Like one friend said that she was in for a rude shock. She always believed that her finances were well taken care of. She had her insurance, she had her savings, the emergency fund, what all was needed, she had it. But when she got infected by COVID and had to be hospitalized for her treatment, the hospital bill that was raised and the health insurance policy that she had were no match. The hospital bill was so high that the health insurance policy looked like some minuscule arrangement which was not enough to pay for her hospital bills. She said she immediately made amends and purchased a good enough health insurance policy so that the medical requirements for her and her family can be taken care of if such a situation arises in future. Now, one friend said that he had been a disciplined investor all his life and it had helped him sail through the last 2 years even after losing his job. All of them said that they had they had woken up to look at money and money matters in a different light. They were going to take savings more seriously. Now, one friend of mine gave an interesting feedback. He said, now he had lost a near close relative to COVID, and maybe that has had an impact on the way he has started thinking. Now, he told me that he does not want to wait long to fulfill all the dreams from his bucket list. Like the dreams were usual, what we have going abroad on holidays, buying an expensive car, shifting to a even bigger house than what we already are staying, where we are staying. So normal dreams that we all have, and that's what keep us going, right? So he said he was not going to wait for a long time because he doesn't know that he is going to be alive the next year, or he is going to be alive till he achieves 95 years of age. So better live life, enjoy life when you are still alive and hale and hearty, right? Now I was a bit confused because he had children who were growing up and they were going to be dependent on him for a few more years, right? So I asked him what is he going to do about providing for his children and his family, and what if he lives longer than next year? What are his plans then? Right? So he said he is going to live life on a daily basis. He's going to be living in the present, not thinking about the future. So he still had his job. He had a decent IT job. So he said his salary was good enough to pay for his daily expenses, recurring expenses. And if he had to fulfill those dreams with the salary that he had, he would have to wait a much longer period of time in future to fulfill those dreams. So, being quite unsure about how long he is going to live, he wanted to fulfill those dreams as early as possible. Now, various views were discussed, right, about how people reacted and how it has had an impact on us personally because of this pandemic, which we had never thought of, correct? Now, see, there was this survey undertaken by Scriptbox, which is a digital wealth management company, which said that 80% of its respondents in India gave a positive response towards giving more thought to how the money that they have earned needs to be managed, right? 50% have said that they have started saving more money. But telling you frankly, even if COVID has a psychological impact on us, and even if this Russia Ukraine war, where people are saying if it doesn't stop sooner, it is going to like explode into a third world war or so, and only future can tell us what is going to happen, right? But having a view in your life which is small, which is to a level pessimistic, is it a good way to manage and invest your money? Well, that made me think, and all I could think of was the example of Warren Buffett, a man who is well above 90 years of age, and he still invests with a long term view. Yeah, maybe 10 years down the line, he might not be alive, but the money that he invests goes on into the companies only with a longer term view. Yeah, worth asking a question, why a man who is above 90 and who very well knows has a limited amount of time with him, why would he still invest with a long term view? Well, one explanation that he gives is, if you want to create wealth, you will have to give it time. Like patience is one of the virtues that he says that a good and a smart investor should inculcate. Now, what is patience? Right? When I prodded this friend of mine and asked him how he was going to fulfill his dreams, because he wanted to do them quick, he said he was resorting to get rich quick schemes. Again, Ponzi schemes, I told him out on his face, right? If you get into any schemes which you think is going to make you rich quickly, you are in for a rude shock. These schemes will not make you rich. On the other hand, what they will make you is poorer than what you presently are, right? Investing in stock markets and cryptos was his way to fulfill his dreams. Now everybody knows about crypto, and how government has introduced tax on cryptos which you cannot offset against any losses from any other crypto investments or any other investments for that matter, right? And how cryptos are not a legal currency in India, neither in India nor most of the countries in the world. So, quite a risky proposition if you are going that way. Stock markets also is not a gambling arena. I told him that, and he should know that. Why? Because I thought he was going on a dangerous path. When you invest in stock markets to make quick money, I gave him the example of Paytm and how the value of Paytm has reduced more than 70% in a matter of 4 small months. Like for every 100 rupees that you have invested, today the investment value is even less than 30 rupees. So where has your money gone? Yes, you cannot invest in stock markets listening to the hype surrounding the new IPOs or the companies. You have to study. Warren Buffett reads more than 6 to 700 pages a day. This was when he was younger, and today also he spends more than 80% of his day reading about companies where he thinks it will make good investment. So there is a lot of groundwork which needs to be done before you put in your money in a company. You need to look at the financials. You need to look at the people who are running the company. You need to look less at what is happening on social media and what are influencers telling you, because influencers are paid, right, to put up tweets, to put up videos about company and promote the company so that people get influenced and end up buying the stocks of these companies. Now you have to like stay away from the noise that is happening. Study for yourself, look at your risk taking ability, and then think of investing in the stock markets. I, on my part, tried to persuade him to do that, and I hope it will change the way he is thinking, right? But if like 80% people are going to start looking at money more seriously, 50% people have started saving more. Good trend, but how do you look at money more seriously? You need to invest smartly. Patience, as I told you, is one of the key characteristics of being a good and a smart investor. What next? Reading, getting yourself educated about financials, about financial news, about companies is a way wherein you can make informed decision. One more characteristic that will make you a good and smart investor is discipline. You cannot just come out of the COVID shock, make some changes which are temporary, and get back to your life as it was before COVID. A discipline has to be set in your investing patterns. Like if you're trying to lose weight, yeah, all of us can understand how hard it is. Why? Because diets or fad diets can be done for, say, a few days, and then you resort back to eating what comforts you after that fad diet is over. And where does your weight go? Your weight goes back to being overweight after your fat diet has stopped. Correct? So discipline, as in your health, is also crucial in your investment journey. How are you saving on a regular basis? Yeah, for 1 year after COVID you saved a lot, and then you got tired of curbing your desires, and then you start spending again, splurging money. Is that going to help you in long term? Well, it is not going to help you. So set yourself goals which are achievable. Set yourself goals wherein you can curb your desires and still not affect your living standards, right? So that is the way you put discipline in the way you use your money. Just going and buying things for the sake of buying them, or impulsive buying, as it is called, is not going to help you in your investment journey, is not going to help you look at money more seriously. Correct? It has to come with ease. So discipline is something that you should think of. Write down your goals on a piece of paper, say put it on your fridge or somewhere where you can see them every time you pass it, and you are reminded of those goals. Correct? Because we tend to just linger away from what we have decided. New Year resolutions, all of us know what happens to them, right? So putting your goals in front of you so that you can see them, so that you are reminded of those goals, is the best way to put discipline in practice. Correct? When you are disciplined with your money, the household becomes disciplined. Your children will start thinking the same way you act and think about using money, right? So discipline also helps a lot in being a good and smart investor. What else? Risk aversion. This is the ability to think about where the your limit to taking risk ends. Yeah, just because you see an investor putting in money, say in a company, and benefiting with reaps and reaps of profit from a particular share, yeah, you cannot just replicate what that investor does. I know many people who follow Warren Buffett in the way he invests, or back in India, people follow Rakesh Junjunwala by replicating the stocks that he has invested in. But again, you have to ask yourself a question. Are you with a similar temperament with what Rakesh Junjunwala does with his investments, or what Warren Buffett is doing with his investments? Each person is different. Each temperament is different. Why? Because we come from different backgrounds. The way we live, the way our lives have shaped, yeah, affect our psychology and risk taking ability. So it is always important to look inwards. Ask yourself a question: what is your threshold limit to take risk? So once you know about what risk you can take and what risk you cannot take, your investment journey automatically becomes easier. The kind of investment products that suit you also become more clearer. So think about your risk taking ability before you start your investing, right? There are pandemics like COVID, which can occur in the future. We don't know. Circumstances like a war happening, which can escalate to a much bigger war. We don't know what the future holds for us, right? But so how we become as an investor is what these characteristics that I told you, if we imbibe them, if we inculcate those characteristics, these psychological traits are definitely going to help us become a good and a smart investor, no matter what circumstances come around us, what circumstances arise around us, and how we deal with them, right? So to sum up once again, the psychological characteristics that one should learn to become a long term investor are patience, right? If you are dealing with your children, your patience is automatically to a much higher level. So try imbibing them that same level of patience in your investment journey as well. Do not get affected by everyday news and how it will affect your stock, correct? Or any investments that you make. Look at your investments from a longer term point of view, and you will get a clearer picture and why you invested in that particular product in the first place. So patience is the key. Next thing, as I told you, discipline. How it affects you, it gives you a way in which you don't have to put in much thought about where you want to invest. It does not stress you out if you have a disciplined way in which you deal with your money. Goal setting is the first step in your disciplined journey of money management, correct? Thirdly, understanding your risk, understanding your capacity to take risk. Don't be a macho and try replicating someone just because he is reaping profits and you think you are lagging behind. Comparison is your worst enemy, right? Just think about yourself, think in words, try to find your own answers and be a smart and good investor. And that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you. And I hope my friend sees this video that I have made, and I will be trying to put some value to the way or change a little to the way he has, COVID has changed his psychology towards money and spending, correct? So I hope I have added, if not more, a little value to your investment journey. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more such interesting videos. And my endeavor is to help you become a good investor, and simultaneously myself. I keep on reminding myself when I talk to you about this, about what I need to do in my investment journey as well. Right? See you with my next video. Until then, goodbye.